Why am I so anxious? That's the question that many of you are struggling with. And I've uncovered 3 secret struggles that cancer survivors deal with that keep us anxious during treatment. Stick with me, we're going to dive right in. So, today we're going to be tackling the topic, why am I so anxious? I've uncovered 3 secret struggles that I think all cancer survivors deal with that keep us anxious during treatment. I dealt with these personally, and I think my revelations around these topics are going to help you. So, the first one and the most important one, I think, is that we don't process our emotions. Cancer is unpredictable. Cancer is dangerous. It puts our life in danger. It is disruptive to our lives and our schedules and our families. And because of that, you're mad. You're mad that you have cancer. You didn't do anything to get cancer, to deserve cancer. You're scared because you don't know how it's going to affect you, how treatment's going to affect you. You don't know about your future. And because of it, it is making you very, very anxious. And you haven't told anybody that. There are a couple of reasons why we don't deal with those emotions when they happen. The first is that, we don't want to seem weak. We don't want anybody to think that we're weak. So, showing that vulnerability around that topic for us makes us appear weak, and we don't want to appear weak. We don't want anybody to see us cry. So instead of having that happen, we just hold it all in and we just keep moving, we just keep trugging along, and we keep making things happen. The second reason is we know that once the tears start to flow, that the floodgates are open and we don't know how to close them. And that's that part of us that wants to stay in control, because we want to be able to open the floodgate a little bit, let a little tear out, but then be able to turn it off when we want to. But we know in this situation, because of the gravity of the situation, we're not going to be able to turn the floodgate back off. Once it comes on, it's on, and it's going to continue to flow, and we don't like to not be in control. So we don't process our emotions and we hold all of that in. And when you do that, you're chugging along and everything's great and everything's wonderful. But what's going to happen is those emotions have to come out. And if you don't take the time to process those emotions and let them out, then they're going to come out at the most inopportune time. So you might be in the middle of the workplace and all of a sudden you burst out, start crying, and you don't know why. Or you may be in the clinic getting your treatment, and then all of a sudden all this emotion spills out and you don't know why. And now not only has someone seen you cry, a whole lot of people that you really don't know and really didn't want to see you cry saw you cry. So you've gone now from a situation of not wanting to appear weak and to be out of control to where you're really out of control, and now you're even somewhat embarrassed because you've let that emotion out in front of a group of people that you didn't feel and may not have been a safe space to let that emotion out in. So in order to prevent that from happening, it's real important for you to give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to cry. It's okay. Whether that's with a safe person that you've identified that it's okay to talk to, that when you talk to them, that what you say to them is going to stay with them and they are going to be a place of empathy and comfort for you. And if you haven't identified that person or you don't have that person in your life, then talk to God about it, because he's always there and he's always listening. And even though he knows what you feel before you say it, that's a safe space that you can talk to, and he's going to be there for you and he hears you. So the first thing to help you get out of that anxious space is to give yourself permission to cry. And don't try to be in control of the cry. When the cry stops, let the cry continue until you've cried out everything you need to cry out. It's okay, because when you do that, then you're going to get through your cancer journey a lot smoother and a lot less anxious than you were before you processed those emotions. Now, the second reason why we stay so anxious during cancer treatment is because we're pretending. We want to pretend that everything is okay, even though it's not. You have cancer. You're going through cancer treatment. Your life is uncertain. Cancer treatment has certain effects on your body. There have certain effects on your mind and your mindset. And you're going around pretending like everything is okay. You're keeping a smile on your face. You don't want anybody to know that you're uncomfortable. You don't want anybody to know that you're tired. You don't want anybody to know that you're just anxious, that you have lots of questions about the future. So when people come around, you put on a happy face, you continue to try to entertain, you want to go out with the girls, smile. People sometimes have taken time out of their busy schedules to spend time with you. So you don't want to let them down and tell them you're tired. You don't want to hang out. So you put on the happy face, you get dressed, you put on some makeup, and you try to hang out when you are like pooped. And what you really want to do is just sleep. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to not wear the wig and to go out with a scarf on. It's okay to not have to be dressed to the nines all the time. You're going through cancer treatment. People are not going to expect you to be like you were before you were going through all of this. And some of you haven't even told anybody, haven't even told your close circle that you're going through this. So you're pretending because they don't know, and you're trying to fake the funk for everybody. It's okay to let people know what's going on with you. They don't have to know the intimate details about what's going on with you, but it's okay for them to know what's going on with you. And it's okay for you to tell people that you're tired. It's okay to say no, because during this season of your life, this may be the season that God wants you to say no, because he's got some other things that he wants you to spend your time doing. Give yourself permission to rest when you're tired. Give yourself permission to not pretend to feel and be something that you're not in this season of your life. It's okay to rest, because when you sleep, there are certain things that come along with sleep. When you're sleeping is when your body is healing. That's the time when healing happens, when you're asleep. Another thing that happens when you're asleep is that revelation happens when you're asleep. That's the time when God downloads revelations about your life and your future. There are some things that I know that I wanted to change in my life that I realized weren't where I wanted or needed them to be during that season where I was going through cancer treatment. And that sleep and that rest period allows you to get that revelations of what those things are, because sometimes they're not readily apparent. And when you sleep, you also get revelation and solutions to problems that you've been dealing with for quite some time. There may be some problems that appeared during this cancer journey and you've been worried about how you're going to tackle them. But if you don't take the downtime to rest your body and sleep, to let those solutions seep in to your being, then you won't get the answers to the questions that you're seeking. So give yourself permission to sleep so that you can get the revelation, so you can get the solution, so you can get the healing that you need. All of that happens when you're asleep. Now, the third reason why people stay so anxious during cancer treatment is that they continue to push forward without asking for any help. That is another, result of the way we're built. is that we're strong people. We typically do everything. We are the ones who have been in charge and in control. And we don't want to seem weak in this period, so we don't ask for help. So we keep trying to do all of the things that we used to do before we had this extra thing on our plate called cancer that we were dealing with. So, and we're finding that sometimes some of those things that we used to do are starting to slip through our fingers. Things are falling through the cracks. And now we're in this overwhelm because we're trying to handle all of those things when our capacity to do that isn't there. Because now we've got this added issue of cancer and cancer treatment that we're dealing with. So now is the time that you need to give yourself permission to ask for help. You know, when you can identify those things that you need help with, you can offload some of those duties onto someone else, whether those are duties at home or duties in the workplace. You know, sometimes we take on extra work at the workplace, you know, trying to prove something to someone who really doesn't need, trying to get approval for someone that we really don't need the approval from. You know, and it's a time like this when we realize that, you know, we don't have the capacity to do those things, and we allow other people to take on those tasks. When we realize in our absence, those things are still getting done, and that we're still getting the reward that we were getting, you know, while we were doing those things, but we didn't need to add all of those extra tasks onto our plates, whether that's in the workplace or at home. You know, this is a season of revelation where we really see what things we really need to do, what things we're doing that we don't need to do, and what things we can unload off of our plates that may be tasks that other people should be handling that we just weren't able to let go of. And when you're able to do that and function at the capacity that you're currently at in this season, then that will relieve a lot of the anxiety that you're experiencing right now, because you're feeling overwhelmed by all of the things that you have to do. So those are the 3 hidden struggles that we deal with as cancer patients that keep us riddled with anxiety. Let me go over them again. The first is that we're not processing our emotions. The second is that we're pretending to do and feel a way that we're not feeling. And 3, we're pushing forward without asking for help. And when you address those 3 hidden struggles, all of the anxiety that you've been carrying around will suddenly just dissipate, and you will feel so much better. So hopefully this was helpful. You know, if so, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel so you continue getting videos like this that help you navigate this cancer journey with confidence. So I will see you guys in the next video.